day 9 of my 20-day water fast. Wow, it's amazing seeing the days just go by. I'm just a little bit tired right now. I stalled on recording this video. It's actually almost midnight now, so I normally need to do this a little earlier, but just got caught up with doing organizing stuff. So anyways, so forgive me for that. So in terms of energy, actually energy was pretty good through most of the, through pretty much the whole day. So so it's just now that I feel like it's ready. I'm getting ready to want to get to sleep, but I was like, oh, gotta make my video. So all right, hit the numbers real quick. Again, pH was 6, so it's holding steady for 2 days in a row now at 6. Weight dropped another substantial amount, dropped to 195 today. So I was at 196.3 yesterday, so dropped another 1.3 pounds today. I hit the 3-liter mark, and I'm starting to sip on another bottle, so I just said 3+ liters, but I'm probably just gonna sip just a little bit before going to sleep. Went to the bathroom about, I don't know, 6 times. Water pH was 9.24, TDS 107, EC 214, got up at 7:15 this morning. Did a 1 hour of meditation using my HoloSync meditation track. It took an hour or so. Did that from about 7:30 to 8:30. Other things I noticed today was, I don't know how else to say this, put it bluntly, but went number 2 for the first time in like 5 days since doing the fast. And so and actually I was kind of surprised, because I was thinking that not eating anything, not eating any food, any solid foods, no liquid food, no calories whatsoever, that whatever finished in the first like 3 or 4 days was it. So suddenly, at day 9, I was kind of a little surprised, but I'm like, okay, good, more stuff's coming out. And I don't know if I want to go into any more details about that. Just say that it was noticeably absence of much odor. I guess that's the way I would describe it. That's probably as far as I'll go into. Yeah, and then the other thing was, I noticed today a noticeable amount of growling and gurgling coming from my stomach region today. Kind of like when you're like, oh, that stomach is growling sound. It was doing that, plus like, like almost liquids and things like kind of gurgling around inside. But it wasn't, but it didn't bring about any desire to actually eat food. It was more just like, oh, my stomach is making noise, and I'm feeling, hearing these noises, and I'm, feeling this gurgling, but there wasn't any desire for food attached to it. So, I mean, I imagine that it's probably some additional yeast and bacteria that was already in my stomach, that just had longer life, and now they're finally dying off, and they were just kind of doing their final screams at me, triggering that growling sensation and growling sounds in my stomach, in an attempt to get me to feed them some sugar, so they wouldn't die. But I'm not doing that. So So I think they're all dying. If they're not dead, they're definitely in the process of dying. So, which, I mean, the truth is, when you do this long-term fast, it's kind of you're sacrificing the good and the bad. Killing off all the good bacteria. But then, doing a longer fast like I'm doing, I'm also, killing off good bacteria as well. So pretty much, just anything that can't survive that long without new sustenance coming in there, it's going to die. So that's another thing that I'm going to have to definitely be very do some more research in about exactly how to best rebuild the microbiome in my gut, in my stomach. Well, I mean, it's the gut or just stomach, I guess. But maybe, the whole gut, I guess. If it just, enough time goes by and it all dies off, then, I don't think it's all dying off, but substantial amount is dying off in this process. So, so I will update on what I figure out on that end and do some more research on that and figure out what probiotics and things like that to do, and what certain foods, easy to digest foods that could introduce a lot of healthy bacteria back into my newly rejuvenated gut and stomach. Let's see what else. Again, pretty neutral energy, pretty just kind of solid, constant state of energy, which is different, when you're eating, have these like high carbs and low carb, you have your coffee and, you got the spike and then you got like the dip and then you bounce back and then you're like really jittery. And so it's like none of that. It's just this constant steady stream of energy, from morning till night. So, that's pretty cool. And then other things in terms of my healing, collarbone, it's still pretty sore, but it's mostly sore when I just kind of move it. But if I don't move much, then soreness is pretty minimal. But the thing I definitely noticed today was when I went for a walk today, walked around the little park area out front where I live, that I noticed my big left toe, which was also broken. I noticed that I could walk a lot easier today than compared to yesterday. Like I was definitely limping a fair amount yesterday as I would walk. But then today I noticed I could, it was like I could almost walk normally again, which is, pretty significant difference from yesterday. It was like a barely imperceptible limp today, whereas yesterday was just like, I looked like I had a sprained ankle, like just definitely hobbling along. So that's pretty significant. Let me see what I do here. Oh, right. Pretty significant change in, in the healing. So I the thing that brought it up for me was when I had looked up about, people healing from surgeries and, I think there was like a plastic surgery one that I saw, and they were talking about how like all the different, if there's multiple wounds, that it typically doesn't actually just like all heal at one solid pace. It typically, like, there's a little bit of healing everywhere, followed by just a concentrated healing on one wound, and then the next wound it heals up, and then the next wound heals up. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of interesting. So I guess it just directs all the effort and energy to just completely heal one wound instead of having it be that, it's just spread out over all the wounds, and now everything just takes quite a while. I mean, the whole process still ends up taking the same amount of time, but instead of having like multiple wounds that are all taking a long time to heal, you just have one quickly, next one quickly, next one quickly. And so as time goes on, you just have less and less and less wounds. So I'm imagining that maybe something similar might be occurring where maybe, prioritizing walking, and this is just a theory right now, not based on loose information that I've gleaned before. So, but I have an idea that maybe my body's just prioritizing walking over full use of my left arm. So maybe it's directing a lot of the healing towards repairing my big left toe first, and then once that's finished, then it's gonna redirect and fully hit my the clavicle, and then after that, then and then redirect to the next, in order of priority. At least, that's I may be wrong on that, but yeah, it makes sense. I'm just saying my experience appears to be it's maybe something like that is occurring. And then also I noticed that I'm definitely noticeably feel colder than usual, when outside with my basic jacket on, which, I definitely slender, thinner, less fat in my body. So, it could be mostly just chalked up to that, but it could also just be that, when you're in this fasted state, so much of the energy is devoted towards healing that maybe, it's not staying as warm, maybe less energy is directed towards that, and you just naturally are just going to feel a little colder. So yeah, so that was the other thing. And then today, yeah, I kind of relaxed a part of the day, and then just a bunch of organizing, straightening out stuff. And yeah, that was it. So, yep, that's, it just turned midnight. All right. Well, that's my day 9, and, tomorrow will be exciting. Hit the big 10, big day 10. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe it'll be already 10 days. Jesus. So looking forward to that. Like tomorrow will be the halfway mark. Day 10 will be the halfway mark for my 20-day target. And so far making great progress. And yeah, on to the next one. All right, bye.